What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. And today we're looking at Epilepsy Awareness Month, which, speaking of, I have to take my medication. Give me 2 seconds while I do this. I'm a master at that now. I used to not be able to swallow tablets like at all. And now it's just a part of my life. I have to do it. Otherwise, I become a vanilla milkshake. So, what is epilepsy? What exactly is it? Well, according to epilepsy.com, it's the 4th most common neurological disorder, which is fun, and affects people of all ages. Epilepsy means the same thing as seizure disorders. It's characterized by unpredictable seizures and can cause other health problems. Fun. It's a spectrum condition with a wide range of seizure types and control varying from person to person. And public misunderstandings of epilepsy cause challenges that are often worse than the seizures. The human brain is the source of human epilepsy. It says, as a quote here, so it's a chronic disorder, the hallmark of which is recurrent unprovoked seizures. A person is diagnosed if they have 2 unprovoked seizures or 1 unprovoked seizure with the likelihood of more that were not caused by some known or reversible medical condition like alcohol withdrawal or extremely low blood sugar. Seizures in epilepsy may be related to a brain injury or a family tendency, but often the cause is completely unknown. The word epilepsy does not indicate anything about the cause of the person's seizures or their severity. Many people with epilepsy have more than one type of seizure, and they may have other symptoms and neurological problems as well. Sometimes EEG or electroencephalogram testing, clinical history, family history, and outlook are similar among a group of people with epilepsy. I have had an EEG done myself. That was, fun times. In these situations, the condition can be defined as a specific epilepsy syndrome. Although the symptoms of a seizure may affect any part of the body, the electrical events that produce these symptoms occur in the brain. If you want to think about it in like an external capacity, imagine the brain is a city, right? And a city needs power to run on. Sure. What's going to happen to the electrical grid of the city if all of a sudden there's just a surge of electrical power going through it? Everything's going to overload, shut down, and it's going to take a while for everything to get set back up. In that time, the body's like, what do we do with all of this energy? And it just sort of goes on the fritz, has a spasm, and that's what you see as the seizures. It's essentially the brain overloading, as if someone's just set up a massive EMP blast, just not a fun thing to experience. I'm going to be completely honest with you. I do, however, like my little analogy. So the location of that specific event, how it spreads, and how much of the brain is affected, as well as how long it lasts, all have profound effects. These factors determine the character of a seizure and its impact on the individual. So you can have some where like your muscles just all tense up, and that's it. You just like tense up and don't really have any muscular control. It could be a case of like having full like spasms, which is the one that most people recognize as being a seizure. It could be specified to like specifically, like specific nerves. Like the optical nerves, and so the seizure could just be a case of your vision just goes real weird for a moment, which has happened to me before I was medicated. Yeah. Now the most I get when it's like, oh, okay, this would have been a seizure, is like, I'll just get this pounding headache that dissipates after a while. It's like, oh, cool, I know exactly what just happened in my brain, but thanks to my medication, I don't have a full spasm. Yeah. Having seizures and epilepsy can affect one's safety, their relationships, their work, driving, obviously, and so much more. So as far as one's safety, if you're doing a high-risk activity, you know, like you're up somewhere high, for instance, having a seizure could mean that you fall and injure yourself. I mean, you could just be like descending the stairs, have a seizure, but because of the forward momentum, you just, yeah. I mean, I got all bloodied up one time. Actually, let me see if I can find this photo on my phone. It's on my Instagram. So I'll pull it up. Load in, please. Scrolling down. I'm scrolling down. Look at that handsome man. That was me. This bit here, yeah. This bit here, it's just in here. You can, I think, in like the right light, yeah, just there. You can see how there's like this shadow just here. It's because the sinus on this side of my head is actually fractured. I full fractured it, got myself a black eye, a bleeding nose. Yeah, I was just walking on like a flat surface outside, going for a bit of a bushwalk, trying to clear my mind and stuff, and I had a seizure. So it's not fun. It's really not. And so I'm glad that this is Awareness Month. Purple is also, by the way, I deliberately made sure that this was on this day where I would have the purple lighting, because purple is the colour for epilepsy. I think specifically violet, if I'm not mistaken, is the colour of the ribbon. But yeah, so public perception and treatment of people with epilepsy are often bigger problems than the actual seizures. But yeah, so I treated that thing for safety, relationships, obviously. I mean, I had a heart monitor on for a while as well, making sure that it wasn't like, that I wasn't actually having a heart condition sort of thing, as I was trying to like eliminate things that it could be. So it's, yeah, it hasn't really affected my relationships, I don't think, too much, but then again, I haven't, I have one, I think I have one like serious relationship anyway, since I got diagnosed. Really going back a while, because the entire time COVID's been a thing, I haven't been dating, for obvious reasons. Yeah, so I think I've had like one serious relationship since then, and I don't think my epilepsy was ever a factor in why that ended. But I imagine if it's more severe, it could have an impact. Work, again, I think it depends on the kind of work you're doing as to how it would affect you, as well as obviously severity. For me, currently I work in retail. I'm hoping to work in film, and sort of the nature of the film industry is very sort of like especially with the role I want to have, is I'm going to be very in control of like the timetable and scheduling of things. I do enjoy organising, so that's a part of the job that I'm going to enjoy as well. But yeah, it's not really a huge factor. But I imagine if you were carrying heavy loads or like doing, physical manual labour, it could be a bit of an issue. And then driving. In Australia, if you have a seizure, and I was like, oh yeah, no, you have epilepsy. If you have a seizure, it can be pretty much immediately a 3-month medical suspension from driving, just to make sure that, just to make sure that you're not going to have another one, because it could be a case of, especially at the moment, I'm medicated. So if I was to have one, it'd be a case of, oh, okay, well, I need to revisit my medication, I need to have another talk to my neurologist, we need to sort of make sure I'm not going to have any more. The unfortunate part is that it resets to, okay, 3 months from now, every time you have a new seizure. So if you're like a day from getting back on your license and you have a seizure, another 3 months, congratulations. It's can be very frustrating. So what can you do to help? Well, both of the links below are the page that I just read to you and epilepsy.com's page for National Epilepsy Awareness Month. You can help make a difference during National Epilepsy Awareness Month and hashtag remove the filter. I don't know what that hashtag is for. I'm interested to find out what that hashtag is about. You can get involved with hashtag NEAM2021 activities, including sharing your e-journey and seizure first aid ready. And you can jump on your socials and encourage action, involve your community, and become an epilepsy ambassador and raise funds. And all of these things that I've recommended to you are little links within the National Epilepsy Awareness Month link below. So the problem, the challenges of living with epilepsy. So living with epilepsy, obviously, like any other medical condition, has its challenges. It can affect a person's emotional health. So I'm not crazy. I'm just epileptic. Me unironically doing this video when I would normally have done a mental health test instead. That's kind of funny. So emotional health is important for people with epilepsy, family members, caregivers, and friends. I wonder if... might have to look into that. Giving me something to look into on like the DL. I'm not going to share with you guys. Sorry, not sorry. But yeah, so it's important for people with epilepsy, their family members, their caregivers, and their friends. With the power of our community, we can bring hope to those experiencing the challenges of epilepsy. So 1 in 10 people will have a seizure, and 1 in 26 will develop epilepsy during their lifetime. Hi, I'm 1 in 26. Even further, I'm 1 in 10. I don't understand how those line up. 1 in 26 will develop epilepsy, but only 1 in 10 will have a seizure. What happens to the other, 16 between that 10 and that 26 that have epilepsy but don't have seizures? Are there other symptoms? I thought it was just, maybe they just get like really bad headaches. What's that like? What's it like to have epilepsy but not have the seizures? I mean, between you and me, that seems like the more ideal kind of epilepsy, but just not having epilepsy is even more ideal. However, we need more people to learn seizure first aid to help save a life. Also, people's morbid curiosities about these sorts of things needs to chill, step back, and let someone who knows how to deal with the situation deal with the situation. Don't crowd people. There are 470,000 children in the US living with epilepsy. Kids can change the world by educating those around them. And I mean, if you are someone who suffers from epilepsy and have done so since you were a child, you have more of an experience on it than I do. And so, between the two of us, I would let you tell your story, because you probably have more of a journey to be able to be like, this is how I was able to deal with it, and I've been, it's always more impressive when it's like, I've been seizure free for this super extended period of time, I find. And it receives 10 times less funding than other brain disorders. We need to raise funds for care, advocacy, research, and education. So during National Epilepsy Awareness Month this November, you can join the Epilepsy Foundation as they #remove the filter and highlight not only the challenges that people with epilepsy face, but the importance of creating awareness to support the more than 3.4 million people with epilepsy nationwide. I believe that nationwide is the US, since they specified earlier the US. Use the power of your journey to make a difference. And then again, they just sort of go into how you can do each of those things. Still didn't tell me what that hashtag was for. But yeah, below there's ways that you can, I've got links and stuff to community blogs where you can share your epilepsy story if you have it. You can also, there's also a little button there that you can take the Seizure First Aid Ready course. There's links to all of their socials, like epilepsy.com, Epilepsy Foundation. They've got all of their socials there. Change your Facebook profile picture. I wonder if they haven't got a filter thing. Might have to put that on mine. And then using the hashtag remove the filter, which is ironic if they're putting a filter on people's photos for National Epilepsy Awareness Month, but then the hashtag's remove the filter. What do you want us to do? But no, using the hashtag to share life-saving information about epilepsy. You can challenge your friends to do the same and use the following hashtags. So hashtag NEAM2021, hashtag remove the filter, and hashtag seizure first aid. You can, okay, so they've got a variety of activities that kids can do to participate, and I mean it doesn't have to be limited to just kids. So there's Purple Shirt Day, which is literally just pick a day sometime this month to wear a purple shirt or accessory to school and share facts about epilepsy with teachers and classmates. Invite others to join you ahead of time. Which is funny because I recently bought myself a couple of button-ups and a couple of them have purple on them. So, as well as my Scarlet Witch shirt that I have is purple, and I love Scarlet Witch, so there's just two reasons to wear that shirt all the time now. You could also use your artistic skills to create a poster or flyer with epilepsy facts and I mean, you could use your artistic skills to make, a poster anyway, and then just post it on your socials with the hashtags and share around a bunch. Because then, even without a caption, if you've got the facts on the poster, people could just look at the picture and see the facts. It's kind of cool. Purple Pumpkin Project. Okay, this is definitely a US site. It says autumn's here, although the US would say fall. Anyway, autumn's here, and so pumpkins are everywhere. Raise awareness and funds for the epilepsy community by joining the Purple Pumpkin Project and paint your orange pumpkin patch purple. That's a lot of peas. And not many pods to put them in. Obviously just sharing information, talking and texting with your friends about it all. I mean, talking and texting, especially if you're doing it on WhatsApp or Facebook Messenger or anything like that. It's easy to just sort of send a link and then people can just read up on it themselves and be like, oh, okay, that's kind of cool. Planting purple flowers, using sidewalk chalk to draw purple pictures on your sidewalk and or driveway in honor of NEAM. Something that I would like to do though is become an epilepsy awareness ambassador. I just don't know if I've got the reach to make it actually worth it at the moment. But it says here, epilepsy awareness ambassadors are passionate and dedicated volunteers tasked with virtually growing epilepsy awareness across their community. Ambassadors engage in monthly activities that promote all areas of the Epilepsy Foundation's mission to both people living with epilepsy and the general public. Choose your own volunteer opportunity based on your interests and availability. I would love to become an ambassador and then use my films to do my ambassador rising. That's not a word, but we're going to make it one. Epilepsy Foundation's Walk to End Epilepsy Series 2.6 million mile challenge. I only just beat 100 kilometers in a month. I don't know I can walk 2.6 million miles on my own in a month, so I'm hoping this is divided among anyone else doing the walk. So starting November, use your creativity and challenge yourself alongside others across the country to help those impacted by epilepsy. No matter when, how, or where you participate, it's your walk, your way. I love that that's the go-to fundraising thing these days. It's obesity is a thing that we can also beat while raising awareness for other things. Let's have people just walk everywhere. If it works though. Other ways that you can fundraise. Join us for our month-long #GameOverEpilepsy event and unite with streamers from around the world to raise life-saving fun and awareness. That's definitely going to be something that I do when I start streaming on Twitch. All of my November ones will be Game Over Epilepsy ones. I wonder if I can find some video game protagonists that have neurological disorders. That could be kind of cool. So this year their aim is to raise, let's say here, sign up to charity stream your favorite game or activity today and aim to raise $75 or more to earn Season 1 level up incentives. There's a whole bunch more. It's all in the description. Please check it out. Please do whatever you can, because it's a very worthy cause, and your help would be greatly appreciated. But that's all I've got for this video. If you are new here, please hit the subscribe button wherever wherever it is on your device, whether it's above the video, below the video, I don't know, I'm not you, but please hit it if you haven't already. And while you're there, you're in the neighborhood, smash that bell, give it a little ring. It won't play you a tune, but it will notify you when I upload new videos. If you enjoyed this one, please give it a big old thumbs up. That's the next suburb over, I guess. Let me know if you have epilepsy. Let me know your story in the comments below. If you don't, let me know how you would like to help. Because there is just a little button where you can just kind of fundraise. What are you gonna do? Are you gonna do something that's already been organized and just sort of follow someone else's pre-laid plan? Or are you going to be a maverick and blaze your own way and try to raise as much money as you can? Because that'd be cool, and I would support you no matter which way you do it. But let me know in the comments below. Until next time, guys, keep your heads screwed on.